All right. All right. We are, as usual, never on time. That's my style. That is my style, man. Never on time. Because to be honest, why do we need to? No, I'm just joking. Why? We should be on time. We should be on time. Yeah. Also, in case anyone's wondering, you guys will have to let me know. We are... It's only 2 minutes for me. You guys are going to have to let me know, too, as well, because I'm trying this on low latency. So I am curious on how it's going to go. So you guys will have to let me know how it looks. Because usually we do ultra low latency, which basically just means that my delay is the least possible, so I can do a little bit more real-time interaction with you all. But I just thought, hey, why not try some low latency? You know, we'll see how it goes and if there's any improvement there, right? So you guys can let me know if quality looks a little bit better or if it doesn't. And if not, then we'll just go back to low latency because, to be honest, I'd like to be able to... Oh, crud sickle. I couldn't even do my... Oh, yeah, man. Well, whatever. We'll just do it like this. Exclamation. All right, yeah. Also, got a new thumbnail. You guys are going to have to let me know. What do you guys think about my new thumbnail? Bear with me a minute. I'm going through right now, and I am posting... you guys know me, right? I'm doing my live posts real quick, so we can get some promotions going on. But let me know what you guys think about the thumbnail. Big shout out to my thumbnail guy. I actually think it was good. So, and I think I mentioned this before. I ended up doing a couple. What did we do? We ended up doing a couple shots. I think I talked about this on the stream last time. And my daughter was the one who took all my pictures, my 7-year-old. So my thumbnail guy was like, look, boss, I'm going to send you some pics. He's like, I need you to take the same pictures that are here. And so we were doing it before and after dinner. It was so fun. I wish I recorded it of us taking pictures. It was pretty funny. But let me know what you guys think about the new thumbnail. And then also, how does the quality look? Because, like I said, I'm on low latency right now. So we're not doing ultra low latency. So let me know how it looks. And then we'll get to chat here in a sec. I'm almost done going through and doing my big Shibuya boo. If you guys, basically just means that we're promoting the live stream right now. So you guys know I like to start off like this. Got to get all the promo stuff out the way, and then we're going to be Gucci Goo. Gucci Goo, Gucci Goo. Not to be confused with Coochie Coo, which is something you would probably tell your kid. So, yeah, there's a lot we're going to talk about today. So I'm pretty excited. There's we're going to take a look at some post S2 war things that are going on, right? So we're going to take a look at the two S2 plus kingdoms or groups that ended up having their wars that we did the big live stream on Saturday. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to be going over some of the CoD Discord drama that has happened over the past couple days as well. We'll touch on the Resurgence and the not being able to join alliances. So again, man, we got a pretty action-packed live stream for you all today. So it's going to be pretty exciting. There's going to be a lot we're going to talk about, along with, like I said, man, new thumbnail, testing out the new low latency, if that garners us some love there as well. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. And then, like I said, we'll get to a couple things here in a moment. I'm almost done. Just going through, you guys, going through my big little promo set here. Got to go through all these big Discords I'm in to let the peeps know that we're live skis. If that makes any sense. I think we should be almost. How many more do I have left? Got a few. Oh no, we're almost done. Here we go. I need to play some music. Listen, I don't know if there's any country enthusiasts out there. I am a purveyor. Oh, cool, we're done. Awesome. I did everything. Dope sauce. So I'm a big purveyor of all types of music. I fancy myself a little bit of R&B and slow jams. However, I have been rocking some country as of late. Started getting into some Morgan Wallen. Don't know if anyone watches or listens to him, but he's got some good stuff. Okay. I think we're good. So let's go ahead and we're going to start off by taking a gander here at some of the S2 Plus kingdoms, and we might find some wars too as well. So we're going to see about potentially finding some wars today if we can go hunt for some. I was actually doing some scouting here. I haven't finished this quite yet, but I'll give you guys a little sneak peek on what I'm working on. So I think we're in 260, right? So yeah, basically what I've been doing is going through the S1, Season 1, kind of end of season kingdoms, just to see what the... just to see really if there is any PvP that's happening, right? Are there any wars that are happening as well? So right now, 260 is the one that's open. 261 opens next for their final Zone 3 in Atherin. So we're going to see if we can find some wars. I don't think there's any big PvP going on here right now. This alliance is kind of already pushed them back. So you have ROA_ has pushed back RTTW. And I don't know if they're also going up against this blue alliance here, which is RTT. So we'll have to see how that ends up working on that front. But just to kind of give you guys a little snapshot. So with that in mind, let's go and start taking a look at some of the S2 Plus kingdoms that we were looking at the day before for some of the fighting that was going on. So we're going to look at the... First, I guess we can go do S25, right? We'll go there, which is going to be TA. The TA, EXG, what is it? TM, EXG, and then the GG13 and GG83 groups we're going to take a look at first. Let's see here. All right, let me say what's up to the fam in chats. Appreciate you guys showing us some love today. And yes, am I late? I'm always late. I mean, that's my thing. If I'm on time, I'm winning. If I'm late, it's like, slightly winning, but not really. So, yeah. Also, someone told me that they are, I can't remember if they said that there's a fight continuing, that we might be able to see that. So there's supposed to be some fighting that's continuing. I think it's in the EIS Tribe VVV group, where they're fighting in Crozin, I think was the one. I think they told me. So we're going to take a look at that here in a little bit. Someone told me they were continuing the fight there. Some people ended up resurging. So we'll see if we can find some PvP action going down there. Let me catch up and just say hey to the fam. Violator knows me so well. Has violated into my mind. What's that spell that Snape does to Harry Potter in... I can't remember if it's Half-Blood Prince or... which one specifically, where he's like trying to invade his mind. He's supposed to stop. Someone's going to tell me what that is. My voice says, wow, finally. Manuel Rico, any news for S20 end of season time? Manuel, what's up? You mean Strafer, what's up? Big Potato, what's up? Oxitorio, what's up? Welcome. Korean Manuel, what's up? Love seeing a lot of familiar faces. Scottish Pro, what's up? Welcome. Manuel, are you referring to the S2? The S2-20? Do you mean that one? And then Darkhill, what's up, man? Welcome. Mick Vorbach. Is Mephisto and TFS fighting again in S2 Plus? Yes, they are. Weapons and shots. Welcome, welcome. Okay, let's take a look and see what is going on here. So this is TM, right? This was, or I don't know, sorry, no, this wasn't TM. This is EXG, and then this was another alliance. So GG13's working their way up. GG83 has basically finished off. I'm trying to see if they're doing any building right now. And then we'll show you guys where TM ended up landing. So I don't think they're doing anything over there yet. And they're already here. So I think they've already kind of made it to a lot of where they have needed to. Okay. So they ended up going here, just literally in the next. This is what's wild to me, right? This is why we're probably going to get some dope PvP that's going to be happening in in Zone 3. No, sorry, Zone 2. So TM is here, right? They moved literally over one zone, right? They were here in Enagad. They move over to Mezavin, and then they have the Zone 2 at Camelot. So TM's going to rebuild. Then you have Nona up here. You have UDF and UDV here. And so there's a chance, because TM's already kind of setting themselves up, I would imagine, to work their way over here to the level 2 pass. There's a chance we can maybe see TM versus GG8313 part 2, right? We'll see how that one plays out. But we'll have to wait until we get there. However, if TM decides not to go into Camelid, then we'll see if they end up going into more Brez for Zone 3. Because remember, Resurgence isn't up yet, right? You got 3 days left on Resurgence. We're going to get into some of that conversation in a bit. However, it is something to consider that TM could still technically move. The interesting part to me here is the strategy, the strategic element behind why TM only moved over one Zone 1 region, when the bread and butter here, the really big point, is that why didn't they move over to the east side of S2+, of the S2+ map, where they'd be a little bit more safeguarded. They could make it into Zone 3 unscathed, and then actually have a better line into Zone 4. Is the idea that they're going to team up with Nona and UDF and UDV, and they're going to give them some support going in to try to make a play for that Zone 2? Or are they thinking, hey, we'll recover and then we'll be able to make a play into Zone 3? Even if we look at some of the power here for some of those alliances, right? Nona, UDF, right? Wasn't it UDF and UDV? Right? Let me just double check. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I'm having short-term memory loss. Yeah, UDF and UDV. So it was them. So if we look here, GG83 now at 8.4, a little bit above TA. TM now, what seems to be some of the players now have gone over to TA. This is interesting, right? There's a couple interesting storylines here. One is that TM, I thought, was a little bit stronger than TA when they came in. Now, TA is pretty well stronger than TM, which means that quite a few of the TM players had to leave TM to go over to TA. Now, maybe that was the plan all along. Maybe they just don't really care, and it's just, hey, we're both the same, so it doesn't really matter where people go. But going over, I think, on the TA side, which is on the eastern side of the map, does feel as though it's a little bit better on that front. And then, if we end up getting to the next part, which is looking at, well, where's UDF? So UDF is 3.5, and then you have Nona and UDV. So Nona's here at a mil. UDV has to be lower than that. So really, UDF sitting at number 9 is probably going to be the only alliance that's going to be able to help in some potential capacity, right? They're where were they at? 3.6 GG. So they're like 1.6 behind GG13. So it would be TM and maybe them going in against GG83 and GG13, unless they opt not to go in to the Zone 2. Then what? TA is just going to hang out. So it's just, again, some interesting storylines that you could see developing on, will they make a play for Camelid? Will they avoid it, go in for Brez? And then are they going to try and go in with, where's the people that we have, right? So, because for them, I don't think they have 066. That's the thing you have to understand, is that 066 and KPT up here in Crozen are on the GG83, GG13 union, right? At least as of now. So you have Crozen and you have Enagod, who are going to be going into more Brez for Zone 3 against TM, which is at a little less than 6 bill, and then a 3.6 bill alliance. I mean, that, again, we'll have to see how that plays out. It just doesn't seem viable if you want to try and grow and develop, because unless you're planning to backdoor them, right, from your Zone 1 into Zone 3 once Zone 4 opens, and then TA and then the other alliances will come in, fight Zone 4, and then TM will decide, okay, now we're going to try and backdoor and cut off some supply lines from the south. There obviously are some long-term kind of meta plays or big picture approaches, but we'll see what happens. However, if we move over eastward here on the map now, right, this is where you have the EX group that's in Scalera. And then if we go over here to Orion, this is where you have TA, HRT, and that group, right? So it's TA, TM, the EX group, Sky, and UDF, right? So the EX group here in Scalera, you have the TA group here. HRT, I would imagine, is probably with them. Sky's with them as well. And then you have what I believe is some unknowns here in Duar, right? You do have EX, So there's that. EXG is supposedly with them, and I would imagine that Scalera might be with them as well because they're also EX. So unless it happens to be different, but part of me feels like it's the same or it's similar. So yeah, anyways, that's kind of where we're at. My I guess initial thought is, if you're worried about that, is there a play or is it just better, right? And you guys let me know in chat. Do you think it's okay for TA to stay where they are here in Mezavin, or do you think it's better for them to go on the east side of the S2 Plus map, play it out with them, develop, recover, and then allow for a better prep going into Zone 3 for statue fights, right, which is here, and then the eventual Zone 4. Personally, I think it would have been better for them to go on the east, but if they have some type of plan that, they have something in mind, then hey, man, all more power to them. Maybe they didn't have the strongest showing, right, at the fight, and, they want to go back and duke it out. That could be a thing as well. All right, let's go over to the EIS. That's going to be S2-2, which is S7. So now we're going to look at how the EIS Tribe VVV group, and then we're also going to take a look at Crozen, because I believe in Crozen someone was telling me that they were having continued fighting, so we'll double check and see how that's playing out. Awesome, man. Loving the numbers right now on a weekday for a Monday evening, man. Appreciate the love, fam. Almost at 60. That's what I love seeing. We got Mikeathon has entered the ring. Thugonomics, what's up, man? Welcome. Hound of Glory, what's up? Welcome. Valley 33, what's up? Welcome. The backdoor sus. I see a bunch of fellow EIS in here. Yeah, we'll see. Also, guys, let me know. Is the quality a little bit better on the stream? You guys will have to let me know. I'm trying low latency out this time. So I think there's about a 7 or 8 second delay overall compared to the usual 2 to 3 second delay. So Lathios, look, I'm on YouTube. All right, let's see on the EIS side. So you can see Tribe VVV no longer here. EIS is now branching south. They're probably not going to go farther than the Bear, I would imagine. They've already connected to the Giant. Are they going to continue to push here? Yeah, because I don't think they can get past here. That's the thing they have to, because you're blocked on the choke. Or sorry, you're not able to get through the mountain range, right? So you have to go here, right, up to the bridge if you want to get across. So I imagine maybe they're just not building right now, just probably a little bit delay. So we'll have to see how that one works. However, let's go look at Crozen, because that's what I heard someone tell me that the group moved to, and there could be some continued fighting that's happening up here. So here's Tribe, here's VVV, there's VVV3, there's FGFG. Now, I don't know if there's fighting happening here or not. Oh, okay, so we do got some people out here on the field. Interesting. So maybe there is some fighting. So VVV, and then was it OGP that chased? Or at least... Okay, we'll see. What's their power, though? Let's see real quick. So OGP there, 3.4, almost 3.5. Yeah. And then VVV, let's look at the numbers real quick. VVV and Tribe, let's see. So EIS, Tribe, VVV, SK1, SK2, and then what was that, OGP? So yeah, they're 3.5. Yeah, I mean, VVV is 2 billion more. Tribe is pretty much about the same. And then EIS is still going strong. Yeah, so looking all right now, right? So, but the thing about this is that, it's OG, ZOGA, OGP, I would imagine, and then LSK. Was LSK up here and I just missed them? No, they're not. It's FG. Okay. Yeah. So it looks like they've kind of settled in here, the three alliances that got beat out right a few days ago. there by EIS. So doesn't look like there's any more fighting that's happening right now. SK looks pretty solid. Unless there's maybe something here. Nope, nothing there. PX, FG, yeah, it looks okay. OG looks pretty solid right here in Sclera. EIS looks good. Oh, there's a VVV2 though. Excuse me. Okay, but no one's building it. ATB, TWB, LSK's over here. That's the other group. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I think there is some fighting here, but I wonder how much, because VVV has a 2-bill lead on OGP, so we'll see how this goes. But it looks like there is some fighting that's happening here. So, Racy says seems smoother. Appreciate. Okay, cool. Again, I am a bigger fan of the low latency because I like being able to have more of that real-time chat with the lowest delay possible. But if the delay hopefully isn't too bad, then, you know, we'll try to rock with this for a bit. Jens, Kahlua, love from the Freak Fam. Thanks. Welcome. All right. Now what we're going to do is let's switch this up. Yes?
I got my mac and cheese on my mac slice.
You finished eating?
Yeah.
Okay.
On rice.
Okay, did you finish that too?
No.
Okay, go eat a little bit, and then you can put your bowl in the sink.
I'm full.
You're full? Okay, go put your rice in the trash, and then your bowl in the sink. Good job.
And I'm going to have my ice cream.
And a little bit after your food settles. Where's my pound it? Okay. Good. Good job. Not that hard. Okay, do that. Go wash your hands, girl. You stank. Okay. Let's continue. Sorry. I ended up getting video bombed there. So we wanted to pop open. All right, dope sauce. I think we're good. Let me see. Sorry, you said 280. Look at that, man. Back to 60. Love it. Man, you guys got to stop impressing me so much. 280, 473. 284. Hang on. Did I not do that right? 280, 473. This is where I'm at. Well, am I missing something? Well, I don't get it. SK2. What was that supposed to be? Am I missing it? You can click the chords top. I know I can click the chords, okay? I wanted to be fancy. What am I looking for, though? You guys have to let me know. What was I supposed to go to? The spire? Or the bear? I'm really curious. 270. I mean, that puts me at what? Just above the behemoth? What am I looking at for SK2? You guys have to let me know. I might have to. SS2. Scretaceous, what's up? Welcome. Jonathan Huang, what's up? Welcome. S. Oh, even SS2 2008. Is there something going on there? Yeah, because this is the thing. I went through all the kingdoms again. I didn't see any PvP that was going on, right? At least in the S2 Plus groups. I even went over to 155. I didn't see anything that was going down there either thus far. But that's the cores where it might be happening. Wait, where what might be happening? Oh, I'm sorry. You mean there might be some PvP in SS2-8? Oh, probably trolling. Could be. Sorry, Skirt, you're saying that there could be some PvP happening in SS2-8? Maybe. Excuse me. So, yeah, one of the things I wanted to do was go hunting to see if there might be. Did you see that Jason got banned from the Discord? Yeah. Yeah, we're going to talk about that in a little bit. I want to see if I can hunt a little bit here because I think we looked at 260, right? So I want to see if... No, sorry, let's go 260. I think we're on 261. No, we were looking at 260, so let's go 259. So let's go 260, I just want to see if we can maybe find some PvP. I love hunting. I love having the ability to go and take a look at different kingdoms so we can see if there might be some ongoing PvP in Season 1. I've already gone through all the kingdoms in SS2+. I've gone through all the kingdoms in Season 2 that currently have access to Zone 4, right? Because remember, in order to access that, we have to wait until the Lightbearer Augerstone chapter, which I think is the 5th or 6th of the last one. We have to wait for that to open before we can actually have the fog cleared, and then we can do, which is unfortunate. I wish that the fog cleared the moment that the level 5 passes opened in S2 and S2+, so that way we could be watching PvP. Well, sorry, not S2, because S2+ is already clear, but S2. So we could already be watching the PvP the moment that the gates open. I hope they make that improvement, because that would be fantastic. Excuse me. So now we're in 2. So 260, didn't really seem like there was anything going on. So we'll just say Zone 3 fighting. We'll just say fighting already over. Okay. Now let's look here at 259. I'm just curious what's... Oh, maybe some fighting here. Oh, here we go. What's going on here? What's going on here? What's going on here? 59 IC. They're tearing down this IWZ tower right now. So a little bit light. Hang on, I gotta make a note here. So we're at 259. 259. Hang on. I'm gonna hit them with my so they know it's me. If you guys ever see this in chat, if you ever see this in world chat, that means I am here. That's what that means. Yeah. He said OG Resurgence to Scalera, so they decided Resurgence after trying VOV, and they beat them down some and forced SK to Resurgence some Wales over. Oh, interesting. So that's a thing that they ended up going over, and then they forced SK. Interesting. Oh, that's cool. Oh, wow. Yeah, see, yeah, after, I want to just take a look at a couple kingdoms, and then we're going to get to the Discord drama here in a bit, because there was really 2 days worth of Discord drama, right? There was the day with Nephisto, and then I started getting pinged, and then Chisgul was getting pinged, and there was some stuff that was happening there. And then today was with the TFS Jason Gee stuff, and then he got banned. And again, we're going to go on the Discord. We're going to show you that. We're going to talk about that. That's going to be fun to touch on, just because there's a lot probably to unpack. But I just want to see if we can maybe see some fights, if there's any PvP that's going on. Which, at least based on how this looks. Let me see here. Based on how this looks, it doesn't look like it. What's wrong, sweetie?
Max is trying to get me. Max is trying to get me.
Okay, what's wrong with Max? He's a tiny little dog. You'll be okay. So it doesn't look like there's anything going on here in 259. Let's go take a look at 258 real quick. 250, where am I at? 258. So we'll just mark down 259's kind of light. Nothing really happening there. We'll say Zone 3, light fighting on Southeast. Oops. Yes.
I'm gonna get my ice
In a little bit. Be patient, please. Okay. I want your tummy to settle a bit before we do that. Okay.
No, my food go down.
Okay. Okay. All right, killer. Sure. Gotta love him. Okay. Excuse me. Lord Almighty. Ooh, okay. Is there PvP going on here? Nothing here. All these are red, man. This is so confusing. When it's all red. Ooh, okay. Maybe some fighting here. Ooh. Barricades all over the place. So it's KAA. And Andy is bored. You guys see this? Andy is bored. That's funny. Isn't that funny? So this is 258. And so these are a lot of the Asian kingdoms, right, that we're looking at right now. So what you're seeing currently is a lot of these groups and alliances that are all Asian based, right? Or at least a healthy amount of them. I mean, this isn't bad. You already got a 1.1, 1.2 billion alliance. That's okay. You got 2 or 3 actives. Nothing really big here. Who's this? That's Andy. Cato. Okay, what's here? Is there fighting here? Nope, doesn't look like it. Okay. So maybe fighting here, but it almost looks like definite fighting here. Oh, they're building. They are building. So it's KAA. Were they number 2? I didn't even see what the rank was. Excuse me. They are. So they're number 2. And they got to the number 2 guy. One guy 60 mil. Okay, so not bad. I mean, a lot of basically Andy and KAA. Okay, so that's probably a thing that's going down. Okay, we'll just mark that. We're just going to mark that down real quick. So we'll say Zone 3, Andy versus KAA. But we'll just say light fighting as well. So Zone 3, Andy versus KAA, light PvP, because there's not really anything that's happening now. So let's go look. We might only look at a couple more. I'm not going to go through everything all the way down. We'll maybe look at just a few more. And then we're going to get right into the Discord drama.
Daddy,
Yes.
you didn't charge my room.
I will have to go get the charger. It's in the garage. I'll get it. What's Mia doing?
Miss watching.
Okay. Ooh. Let me see. Here by chance. All right. Sorry, I just had to send a message real quick. Let's see what we got. So we're in 257, I think now. So let's do this. Oh, interesting. What's happening here? Is this... Are they fighting? No fighting here. They already got magma. So that looks pretty good. How about this group? Spar? Oh, they're blocking. Oh, look at this. Yeah, they got barricades all over this piece right now. Look at that. So they're blocking out FL57. Is that right? So they're good. Looks like they're kind of already established. Okay, so nothing really happening here, but I'm curious on the boards. FL. Oh, look at this. So there's FL57. They're the second strongest. Look, oh my gosh, look how close they are in power. What is that? 113,000? That's wild. That's pretty cool. Got it. No, I still appreciate it, Scottish. Thank you. Chris V, what's up, man? Welcome. Romulus Remus, what's up? Welcome. Casper, what's up? Welcome. So interesting. So they push them. So it's Spar is purple. Who's red? Is R&B, and then this is EXK, and Spar again. So interesting. So. Man, okay. I mean, but this could be cool. This is something to pay attention to, just in case. Right? So we'll say Zone 3. We'll say Zone 3 Northwest Gate. We'll say FL57 versus others. That's what we'll say. All right. Let me see here. So we're going to go... Let me see, 57, where was it? Oh, let's go 256. So we'll do 1 or 2 more, and then we'll get into the goods. So 256, let me make a note quick. Man, I'm telling you, I'm getting a feeling, I'm hoping. Stop, please. Thank you. So I'm getting a feeling that we are, I really want to see some PvP. I'd love to. Let's see what we can find out. Mm-hmm. What are we talking about being patient? You're not being patient right now. So what are we talking about? Why don't you go ask Mia? See if she'll get you some real quick. Otherwise, Mommy will be home in a little. She goes to ask her. Just doesn't think. Why not ask your sister? Yeah. Yeah.
She's asleep.
She's asleep? Well, why are you crying? Let her sleep. What's wrong with her sleeping? Okay, wait for your mom to get back. All right, let's see. Ooh, what's going on here? Okay, nothing yet. How about... Yeah, it doesn't really look like we got anything going on here right now. It doesn't look like... Is that connected? Following. Suzu. Let me see. Did Suzu cap this? They did. Okay. Yeah. So, it doesn't look like anything's going off here. Do we look here? Yeah, no. Okay. So nothing really going on 250. All right. Let's look at one more 255, and then we'll get to the Discord stuff. Don't worry. I'm not going to keep you guys waiting that long. Just curious if seeing. And again, I was trying to scout all these out before, but there's nothing really going on here. Probably just could have said neutral or complacent. That probably would have been fine too. All right, let's see. Excuse me. Spam chasing for king. Yeah, no, it's interesting stuff. It really is. All right, last one, and then we're gonna get to the Discord stuff. You guys have been patient long enough for me. Ooh, what's this? Do I have something? Dang it. Ooh, hang on. I might have something here, though. Excuse me. Oh, darn. Okay, maybe here? Oh, man, there's a couple of fronts to look at, though. Ooh, okay, what's up here? Got some action? No? Darn, that looked like that could have been juicy. What's this? Is there something going on here? No. There's not. Okay. So nothing's going on. All right. We'll just say no PvP. Let's get to the good stuff. Okay. What did I say? Be patient, please, or you're going to go sit down because you're not listening. Okay, so stop crying. All right. Okay. What am I at? Oh. Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, she's still learning the patience aspects of life. Okay, let's go ahead and get to some of the Discord stuff. What is it? Here, why don't you go get the chair? You can sit next to me. All right, let's get to the goods. Oh, I mean, with the excitement, not the Wii one. All right, so nothing's really happening here. Let's go ahead and get to the Discord stuff, which is, I'm sure, going to be juicy as we read through some interesting lines here. So we'll have to come and finish off. I'll come finish off my stuff a little bit later. Let me pull up the Discord and... Okay. Let me take a look. So I just gotta make sure I have all my stuff set up here. We do. Okay. Let's go over and enjoy at the moment. I know you see me. Mia took that picture of me. Yeah, it was yesterday. It's okay. You can take the next picture of me. Okay? Okay.
Where'd you went?
Where we go?
Yeah.
No, sweetie, we just took it over there. Okay. Hang on, let's see here. Let's jump to present.
A prison?
All right, so I'm trolling chat. All right, let's go ahead and start taking a look. I want to go back a little bit farther. Here we go. I should hit him with the Cotton 4K. There we go. We are legends. All right, let's go up. I'm gonna have to scroll, I think, for a while. You know what I wish I would have done? Hang on. I'm sorry. We'll do it this way. Let me move this. And what we're going to end up doing is let's go during. And then what was the 26th, right? Let's do that. Oh, yesterday 11:50. Let's do that. I think it was around this time. This is hopefully when it should be, right? So the first thing we're going to look at, because this is, I believe, when it was starting here, is I guess I could. I probably just need to search Mephisto, to be honest, and then we'll figure it out. But let me see if enemies lovers. I can't remember how early it was. Well, it was in the it wasn't in the afternoon. Let me just do that. Let's do this. Let's do I gotta think what I'm gonna search here. Let's do Resurgence maybe. So a little bit lower. A little bit lower. Thank you, sweetie. So let's do. I think Resurgence should let us know. 8:49. Let's see. 8:42. Yeah, this could be it when it was going bananas. I researched him out. Let's see if you have no troops. Resurgent thing won't exist. You can have. Don't do that. Let me see. 9:18. 9:30. Resurging twice. Okay, hang on. Let's just try doing the Mephisto search. That should help us. I passed it. Hang on. Here we go. Mephisto, soon someone will want. Yesterday, 12:56. Mephisto. It was on the 25th. I know it was yesterday. I take Mephisto 12. Because yesterday would have been the 25th, right? Yeah, that was like the 25th going into the 26th. Okay, so I think maybe we're okay here. Let's maybe scroll from here and see. We'll find it for where it started. I know someone pinged it to me. And I don't know how active chat was in the wee hours, but we'll figure it out. I'll tell you when. Keep being patient. Thank you. So 414, got to get those Homelander gifts in. Let's see here. 433. I thought it was. Maybe I should have just said mentioned. That probably would have been easier. Let's do that. Let's do mentions. Oh, sorry, not mentions. What am I? Oh, is he banned? No way. Huh. Oh, hang on. I forgot. I can't do the search while I have my my settings. Oh, gosh, the small things. Hang on, give me a moment. Streamer mode. Oops, hang on. Where am I going? Oh, that's why I forgot about that. Let's not enable streamer mode. Now we're good. That's why I couldn't search anything. Here we go. We got it. 25. Oh, maybe it was the 25th. So it was 2 days ago. Why was I thinking it was yesterday? Here we go. Here we go. We got it. We found it. I just had to turn off my streamer mode and then I was able to get it. So, was it here? I thought there was something that happened yesterday too. This was just the Mephisto one. There was Dumb and Dumber. These lines, man. King Slore. I think we're good. I think we'll hang out here for a sec. So this happened. All right, this is when Mephisto came on. And then we'll get to the stuff because again I think there was stuff that happened yesterday too, And then the Jason Gee was the stuff that was the stuff that happened today. Oh, Bob was? What? Was it Bob too? Man, let's see real quick. Let's keep going. We're going to find some good ones here. Socialism, part of the welfare system of the old. It is interesting. Where is it? Keys. Because you're your biggest fan. For using the least. Yeah. Playing tennis. Tennis is not a bad sport, man. I like me some tennis. I have 42 counts. That's not bad. I gotta look at some of the memes too, man. Maybe we'll go to the memes channel here in a bit. There's some good stuff there. She's asleep. Oh, she just woke up? Oh, I'm about to get raided. I'm gonna get raided here in a sec. What's up, killer? What you got? Hi. How you doing? How's it going? Yeah, just don't touch that. Okay, let's see. We gotta keep going. You want that? Booms. What is it? Oh, was that mom calling us? Telling us? Oh, she was. Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't wait to go back out to help you get. Am I missing the stuff where I thought he was still posting? I totally thought he was still going here. Maybe I'm really far out, and we'll just have to go to yesterday. We'll just have to maybe get Bob's stuff. Oh, here it is. Ward. Wow, did a lot of these get removed? Shocking. Yeah. I thought he still had. I thought he still had a lot more up. No? Oh, hang on, don't touch. You can have this one though. Wow. They did? Tanner, what's up, man? Welcome. Really? Wow, yeah, let's see. Tomorrow 13. Let's see what we got. Okay, yeah, maybe we will have to go to yesterday. Because I thought we were getting I thought he had a lot more stuff here. It's wild. Let me see. You're like, I couldn't find anything juicy. I'm done scrolling now. Yeah, we might have to go yesterday. We have to go yesterday. Because I swear I thought there was a lot more stuff here. Hang on, let me see here. Yeah, see? 411 energy about the situation. No, hang on. Let's do. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Ah, so see, it was right around here. Oh, man, yeah. I guess it was right around here. Wow. So they did remove a lot because he had a bunch here. Wild. Okay, let's go look for Bob. So Bob was yesterday. This is where like it really started for yesterday. So it was around 9. I just got to see what the beginning of it was because it was all around like 9. A little before that, right? Yeah, this is some juicy stuff right here. 834. Let's go right here. Oh. Okay, yeah, here it is. This is where, like, I said someone should stream more fighting, I asked. This is, like, the beginning of it. Yeah, no, I know, yeah, someone should. But this is it. Okay, yeah, here it is. So, this is where Bob comes in. He's like, bro, delete his YouTube channel. Grown man crying over game. I'm sleep. Now he gets to affect the money I put in the game because of his feelings. Be please. This is where it starts getting hot and heavy, right? And you end up seeing this. I don't know if Bob posted before this or if oh yeah, here it is. He's like, bro, I can't believe the YouTuber really messed up the alliance system for everybody. I don't GAF. If he got betrayed, now we get betrayed by the devs because of him. Yeah, I think this was the first big post by Bob. Wait, was it? No. This is it, I think. No resurge and not being able to join alliances outside the starting region is the dumbest thing the devs have ever done. Worse than barricades. Let crybabies be crybabies while I listen to a little haircut YouTuber, Brett. Yeah, so I think this was the first one. And then it really started at that point to go on. He's like, yeah, I have no idea. He's like, there's Dark's comment, 90% of the community is fine. One dude manages allies bad and gets betrayed, and then you impact the whole state of the game. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff here. And so it's funny. Yeah, I see you. Hi. It's funny because when I think about... What are you doing? It's funny because when I think about the whole, and this is what I will say on the whole betrayal. No, don't have it in your hand next to her. Thank you. This is what I will say on the whole kind of betrayal situation. Is hang on, let's move some things. There we go. Just gotta block the rig. What I will say is this, is that, and I'm probably going to do a separate video on this, but I will say that and I say this respectfully, there is no such thing as a betrayal meta. Betrayal metas do not exist. And the reason why they don't exist is because anyone could arguably betray anyone at any point, just as much as anyone could follow through with their allyship or their union with people at any time they wish. Anything could happen at any time, right? I have never heard the words uttered from anyone that has to do with betrayal, with some type of betrayal meta. I've never heard this mentioned in Rock. I've never heard this mentioned in Infinity Kingdom for the time I've covered it. And prior to Chisgul mentioning it, right, I had never heard anyone talk about this. It's not anything against what he is claiming that happened. It's more about this idea that there is such a meta, right? Because in order for something to be a meta, it has to be something that a lot of people are doing, right? To indicate, like if I was to tell you that Garwood Madeline is the infantry meta, that would mean that a lot of people are running it, or the majority of people are running it. We don't see the majority of unions being betrayed in any way close to or how it went down for Chiz and his group. So because of that, you could then say that this is more of a reaction, right, overall, in that sense, to what happened in that particular instance. If you look at a lot of the kingdoms and the groups, again, I can say this because I have an account in every single kingdom, right? So I like to go and do research and to study and to educate myself on what's happening. I also get a lot of information from players because, you know, for those some of you that may know, we have a group that's in my Discord where we have, right, and I'll show it to you guys, right? Again, this is why it's, for me, I like to be in touch on that front to try and get, it doesn't mean I know everything. I'm not saying that at all. For example, if I go to here, we'll go here, right? So I have a section on here called our little Cool Kids Club. So if I go here and I look at my kingdom list, right? We have on here, how many is it, right? We have 64 kingdoms, almost 90 alliances, right? These are top active alliances that are represented on here. So I have an opportunity to talk to quite a few of the people that are in these kingdoms. My point is that the thing is that even if, for example, you are having situations on a merged KVK where betrayals or people are following through with the allies or the unions that they have, it doesn't mean that there is necessarily a meta around it, right? Which again is, if you're looking at it objectively, it to me it comes off as just more of a reaction to something that's happening. Again, I'm not saying that it's a bad reaction or a good reaction, right? It's something that happened to Chiz, and obviously I'm sure it's happened to others as well. But to indicate that it's a meta, which would therefore say that it's happening the majority of the time in the majority of the kingdoms to the majority of alliances, I mean, I don't see that happening. Now, if it is happening to, for example, a lot of alliances, and it's happening to, a lot of groups and unions that are being formed where, the betrayal is happening at, I don't know, the end of the season, halfway through the season. Don't get me wrong, I'd love to hear about it. There are a few that I have been made aware of, but not to the point where it's, half of the kingdoms that are out there, right? To say that 100 out of almost 300 kingdoms are all facing some level of betrayal, or, for example, that might be a little harsh or a lot to say, because there's clearly not that many individual kingdoms that are doing that. You'd have to go off of the merged KVKs and the current kingdoms that are in Season 1, right? So you'd have to look at it from that aspect. I mean, I probably heard about a handful of betrayals in some of the merged KVKs. Now, that's outside of the Season 1 kingdoms that are going in there, right? Things could be happening in those that we may not be privy to. And obviously, let me also point out, not every single thing is going to be made public, right? There are going to be things that we don't even hear about unless you actually go in and have conversations with the leaders there to ask. Yes?
Can you help us with the game?
With what? Oh, yeah, we can play in a little bit. Hang on, let me finish. Okay, let me finish, then we'll play. All right, we got to be patient, though, okay? Okay, I'll be done in a little bit. Boomsies? Okay. So, sorry, man, my bad. Let me read some comments while we're going off on that I can come back here. Dun 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 dun. Let me see here. So we got. Yeah, I don't know if I saw the clowns part though, Dark. I might have to scroll for that one. Tanner, Vista was going off for World Chat 2 being inappropriate. I mean, yeah, that might have happened. I have seen some questionable posts. Thugonomics, some clip that hot take. I don't really know if it's a hot take. Chiz, what's up, man? He's in the chat. Let me see, brother. The fact is that betrayal is the meta. It is the most effective tactic. A lot of people are doing it. So I think you have to understand first and foremost, the game that we're playing is more geared at honing in on alliances, right? Generally more so than it is kingdoms. And it doesn't mean, however, that alliances are not unioning, right? They're not wanting to actually be a part of more than just themselves. I think it's actually quite the opposite. Even though the publishers or the developers, we should say, have come out and have been more in favor of the game being alliance-based, what we're seeing is actually the complete opposite of that. We're seeing essentially what you've seen in Rock, in Infinity Kingdom, and other kingdom builders where alliances want to work with other alliances. Players want to work with other players. And because of that, players and alliances want to try and actually develop the kingdom that they're in for more of a kingdom-wide approach versus a solo or individual alliance approach. And a perfect example of that is if you look at a situation with TA. Right, when TA first started in Season 2, before they even became TA, they were just a solo alliance. At one point in their Season 1+, they had, I believe it was up to 3 allied alliances. And then they eventually ended up going with TM that they formed in S1+, about midway, a third of the way through the season. And then they migrated those 2 alliances over to S1 from S2, just to kind of be in the OG season. So that's one example of an alliance that was very heavily focused on just wanting to be an individual, but then eventually through migration, through attraction, right, and then having those alliances go to the same kingdom. And obviously we've seen other instances of that as well. But the idea being is that the player base, the community itself, is really trending in that direction, where even if it may not be something that the devs, which I don't believe they have publicly said anything or stated anything about that, the idea is that it is really going in more of a, like, that's just kind of where the community wants to, I don't know if I'd say wants to go, but they're passively and innately doing these things that scream more of kind of kingdom-wide approach versus, I just want to be an individual alliance and I don't really care who I work with. And so I think because of that, with the way that the developers are pitching the game, some of the alliances, however many that may be, will take this mega alliance structure approach, which is exactly what TA's done. It's what BDO has done. It's what you see TFS doing. It's what you see BXS that was doing, right? And that was kind of a trend, right, where you were seeing, except it was more exacerbated because of the fact that the devs and the game was pushing more of this alliance-based narrative versus having more kingdom, even though a lot of the elements in the game really favor a more kingdom-wide approach. And so I think because of the fact that you have this, we need to be kind of alliance first, and we're taking this mega alliance style approach where you're seeing people trying to kind of herd in the 1% in quite a few kingdoms. Even if you look at a lot of the new Season 1 kingdoms, you'll see that that is pretty much a trend that's happening. But again, that's really more a trend by default because of the way that the leaderboard works. People kind of view climbing the ladder as more of a pyramid system. And because of that, all of those things, and there's more, but all of those things factor into the game being a little bit more alliance focused on that front. And so when you talk about this idea of the betrayal meta happening or it being a thing, to me it's not, I don't view it as a betrayal meta. I view it as a byproduct of the environment that can happen. Doesn't mean it always will happen, but it can happen because of the way that the game system and the mechanics are, right? From understanding why it is that players want to gravitate towards the number 1 alliance or the number 2 alliance. Why do players want to keep climbing the ladder? Why do alliances want to herd the top 1% of players? Doesn't mean that everyone will. But why is this kind of a trending thing that typically happens in almost all starting kingdoms when there is no type of unified structure or organization from day one? If I was an alliance, if I was a leader of an alliance and I was going in as a solo alliance, why wouldn't I try to herd all of the best players and kind of get out to an early lead and then use that as a marketing or a promotional ad or scheme, if you will, strategy to try and get more strong players? Eventually, it will lead to you having probably a higher, if you do it well, it'll lead to you having a higher percentage chance of being able to have the number 1 alliance. And then because of that, right, you'll get matched with other kingdoms, and then you'll try to ally with other alliances, and but I also think you have to look at, and this is kind of two parts here, right? Because it's easy enough to say that there's a betrayal meta, but the other part of it is what's actually happening. How did those betrayals actually go down? I think it's a little bit of a disservice to just categorize it as a black and white and just say, oh, this betrayal happened, but to understand why did the betrayal happen. Sometimes the betrayals are just, that's it, right? It is black and white. It's that simple where, okay, this alliance just wanted to get better rewards, so they allied with this other alliance, broke the arrangement, fought them, destroyed them, and then they were able to get a higher percentage of rewards. Like, that is a little bit more straightforward. But is it a betrayal? I mean, I've seen situations where alliances initially agreed on something and they both wanted more, right? So can you really make it sound or make sense of that? That wasn't something that wasn't kind of a what's that not the WMD thing, what is it, mad mutually assured destruction, right? I kind of view it a little bit more like that, more so than it being kind of a blatant betrayal, if you will. But I think context matters. That's really what I'm trying to say. Sorry, let me read up a little more. Baby Potato says, yeah, BDO mistakes, at least in S1 Plus, was to pull the smaller alliances in Zone 1, and then wondering that they don't want to ally with BDO anymore. And Potato, I actually think that's a really good point. This is something that can happen when you form unions of alliances and you don't set appropriate expectations early. I've seen this happen countless times where you'll have two big alliances that will ally with each other, but then you'll have them still doing side recruiting, trying to get merges or to bring in stronger players into their alliance. And it could be from people from the same region. It could be people from other regions. And they're just still kind of doing it throughout the season, even though they're allied with this other group and they're going in and fighting together. But sometimes you might have allies that will join together that are around similar power. So what happens when you create this all of a sudden power imbalance that's happening? Sometimes people can think about it a certain way if these are things that you don't discuss and you don't talk about beforehand, right? It's kind of this out of sight, out of mind, and it's more reacting to a situation that is happening in real time because you didn't expect for it to happen. And sometimes that can kind of create some rifts too as well. But no, it's a good point. Let me see here. Name people doing it was basically... Chiz says, this is an isolated thing. I received dozens of messages from players in different servers who experienced this exact problem. I mean, don't get me wrong, right? I'm sure maybe some people had followed up and had said that. However, I'd be very curious to see what those exact situations were that they experienced, which is not to take away from that people reached out to you or anyone else and said that they had experienced, whether it's an exact similar problem or if it's closely related. Though I'd be curious to find out, right? Because bear in mind, and again, doing our due diligence is obviously very important, and I obviously don't know what extent anyone goes through, but at face value, if someone reaches out to me, because I can tell you, I get a number of messages from people that are like, oh, boss, there's all this drama going down, this alliance betrayed this alliance, and I mean, probably in the past month, I've probably got a number, I'll just say that, a healthy number of messages in the past month and then beyond, but most of the time, you know, I'll be honest. It's if I don't have time to follow up on those things, to do my due diligence, I'm not taking those at face value, right? Because the only way that I can accurately and respectfully comment or even to take that as fact is if I do my due diligence, right? So if I have 30 people that message me, and they all tell me, boss, there's some drama going down. This alliance betrayed this alliance. All this stuff happened. It's just ridiculous. Everyone is, stabbing each other's backs. The only way for me to authentically verify that would be to go into that kingdom and message leaders and officers from all of the involved alliances and then wait to get the response and see what the trends are. Am I getting consistent answers? Are people lining up timelines correctly? Are there screenshots that they're providing? That's a lot of work to do. Now, I can tell you, for me, that's a lot of work. If it's Chiz, if it's Sneaky, if it's someone else that's doing that work, I have no doubt in my mind that would take a lot of work to go and verify all of that. So that's why when it's so easy, right? It's we don't want to be gullible in that sense. Or I should say for myself, let me say that. I don't want to be gullible and just believe what someone's telling me at face value. I want to do my due diligence to verify if that's actually being done or not. And I think that's important too as well, because anyone can say essentially whatever they want, right? You can see people that will post in Gen Chat or people that will DM me or others, and they'll say, oh yeah, hey, all this betrayal's happening. But, first and foremost, was it a real betrayal? Secondly, what's the context surrounding the situation, right? From both sides or from all the involved parties. It's just there's usually a level of due diligence that we should apply to those things before we immediately come to some type of factual conclusion on, oh, well, every single person that messaged me has to be 100% truthful, right? It doesn't mean that they're lying per se, but it means that we should always do some due diligence. Sorry, let me keep going. COD Town Hall. Yeah, right, we're running a COD Town Hall. No, not really. Let me see. Casper says, had that problem in Server 101. Casper, let us know what the problem was. I'd be curious to hear if you could type that out. Sorry, it just says you haven't heard about it because all these people don't have YouTube channels. Of course, they wouldn't have messaged you about it, bro. Yeah, I mean, I think again, it's not the expectation that they would message me about it as much as the expectation that they would message any YouTuber about it. I mean, I would imagine Chiz gets messages, Sneaky gets messages, Meow, myself, we get messages from people. I'm sure the bigger the creator probably gets more messages. I think that's a safe assumption to make. However, and Chiz, you'll have to let me know if you're saying that you have done your due diligence, you have followed up with every single lead, you've interviewed, you've messaged leaders and officers from all the involved parties, you've got screenshots, and you have verified that many kingdoms are facing a same or similar situation that you are. I mean, I would be curious to hear that because if that's the case, I would love to follow up myself. right? Because I don't mind doing the due diligence, right? It's just I wouldn't go as far as saying that this is a meta, because a meta would entail that the majority of kingdoms and seasons are having this happen to the alliances there that are in unions. And I do not believe for 1 second that the majority of unions across all the kingdoms and the seasons are having their alliances get betrayed at the very end of the season or halfway through the season. Again, we'd also would have to classify or clarify on what are we actually saying is betrayal, right? Is it as simple as oh, well, this alliance just disengaged from the alliance they were in union with and they joined someone else and now they're fighting that? Like, is it that simple, or are there other types of things that can happen as well, right? I just think there's a little bit more to it than that, which again isn't to take away from the messages you're saying you got. It's just to say that unless we're doing our full due diligence, it's hard to just say, oh yeah, this is a meta, right? Typically we would do research, we would collect data, and then we would be able to show that. I think that's very important, right? If we're going to support something compared to just saying that this is a thing that's happening. And I'll give you a really good example, right? If I was going to say that a specific hero pairing is the meta, part of that is because I've done the due diligence to go and ask like the top 300 strongest players, the top 300 strongest fighters across some of the strongest KVK groups, where I've gone out and I've individually messaged each of them, and then I've put all that data on a spreadsheet, and you can see that these certain pairings are the meta within a small pool, right? And that's obviously all clarified. But doing things like that. And again, not everyone obviously has that time. It's just, if we're going to do that type of a big claim, right, I like to believe that we should do a little bit of due diligence to at least have some support that goes into that. Actually surprised that my little one is like really chilling right now. Sorry, let's see. I'm still going through chat. Let's go down and see some more. I have no idea. I thought there was something here. I can't remember when I came in on, because it's the game when they're not happy. Let's see. Sorry, I gotta keep reading here. Otherwise, people are gonna yell at me. Let me see. Oh gosh, where was it? Oh my gosh, am I all the way caught up? Oh man, I thought it was all the way. Ooh, wow! It like really fast forwarded for me. Hang on, guys. Let me go here. Let's see here. Sorry, there's hundreds. Here we go. Sorry, Chis says there's hundreds of servers. There are not hundreds of YouTubers. Yeah. Literally fourth season, and every season Twitch. I didn't get that one, Adam, but welcome. I have no idea what my daughter's doing. Sorry, chat. So let's say there's 100 YouTubers out of 300 servers. You're the only one that has a Betrayal. Sorry, hang on real quick. It just says, go count the YouTubers posting in the official server. It's not 100. Is it even 50? Sorry, Romulus says, most Betrayals is based on who is a losing side and joining the winning side. Okay, I mean, yeah, sorry, I'm reading this one from Romulus. The winning side, but sometimes they betray because of diplomacy or leadership issues. Actually, that's a good point. Sometimes you'll see betrayals that can happen because a side is losing and they might just want to kind of jump ship. Personally, I think that's a little bit more of a purer betrayal, right? It's kind of, instead of sticking it out, right, and kind of riding that wave to see if you're able to resurge. I would classify that as a little bit more of a standard betrayal in that sense. Sorry, let me see here. I've not had a single season without at least one YouTuber and have had multiple with multiple YouTubers. Yeah, include the Twitch streamers. Now we'll go add it up. Let me see. Adam says, also a ton of streamers don't make YouTube videos. Good point. I think, not Goblin. I'm trying to think of who. There is someone in the content circle that I think only streams. My daughter is just chilling right now. Gotta love it. Sorry, let me continue here. 10 streamers, it's a war game. Betrayal is going to happen. Sham, not every streamer YouTube is verified. Y'all are fully missing the point. Betrayal is the best tactic. So I think if you're talking about viable tactics for an alliance, I don't necessarily think that that is wrong. I don't necessarily think that that's bad. if you're talking about it in the context of, hey, the game is more focused on alliances and betraying to try and put your alliance in the best situation, that technically is a tactic, regardless of if it's frowned upon or not, is, I'm sure morally decidable by those who would like to figure out what side of the fence they lie on. But yeah, is it a tactic? It is. Is it potentially the best tactic? I don't know if I would argue it's the best tactic. I would probably say that it is the best unexpected tactic, because typically you would like to hope that those, I don't know if I would say hope, that's probably the wrong word to use. It's just most of the time, if you're going to get betrayed, it's not usually going to be in front of your face where people are going to let you know, right? That probably happens rarely. It's more of kind of happening behind your back. So yeah, I mean, I would tend to agree that betrayal is one tactic. If it's the best tactic or not, I mean, I think that's debatable. Is it again, I hate to even use the word good here in that case. I'll just say that yes, it is. Is it a tactic? Is it the best unexpected tactic? Yes. Is it something that I would agree with doing? No, not at all. But again, that's my opinion on that. But yeah, it is something that can happen. I think, but you have to understand why can it happen, right? Like others have mentioned, if you're on the winning or the losing side, sometimes the losing side can change. If you're trying to get more rewards as an individual alliance, yes. I think those are the things that you're seeing. It's interesting because, on the CoD Discord, you had quite a few people that were saying, oh, well, this sucks about not being able to switch alliances, right? When that came up, and we'll maybe get to that in a moment. But just to briefly state this, you had a number of people that were saying, oh, well, I can't go to my alliance now, or I can't go and resurge over to this alliance to go join our other friends in this other union alliance, or another alliance from the same kingdom they're in. What's funny is all of that really speaks to more kind of kingdom-wide building, or kingdom building, not really alliance building, right? What you have is alliances and players that want to play with other alliances and other players. And this is kind of where we talk about, where I've mentioned before, that CoD is kind of at this identity crisis moment where the devs are pushing a little bit more alliance focus, but the community is naturally gravitating to more of kind of kingdom building and kingdom-wide focusing. When you look at a number of alliances and a number of complaints about people that they can't go and join another alliance, and the uproar about that really bleeds into, well, I want to go and play with these other alliances that we're allied with, or I want to be able to switch and go to this other region if something happens, but now I can't do that. So that's an interesting dynamic as well. Sorry, whoops, the person we talked about is here. Chiz, y'all are the ones crying. I'm just pointing to the facts. I mean, Chiz, if you're still here, man, I'm happy to have a conversation if you want to come on voice, man. I would be happy to discuss. I don't know if you're still here. Sorry, I haven't gone all the way down on my chat. I was trying to read back. But if you want, man, please feel free to hit me up. I mean, I'm happy to discuss it. I don't necessarily think there's a right or wrong way. For me, I find these topics to be very interesting. Because I don't really think that there is, like I was saying, I don't think there's a right or wrong approach to it. I just think that there's, are there things that are actually happening? Are there things that are not really actually happening? Are we getting kind of more reactionary responses that are more spontaneous or can be impulsive at times, where maybe we think something is happening, but that's not really what the majority is. I don't want to say the majority, but let me say the landscape, right? If that's not really where the landscape is, sometimes that can happen. Sorry, let me keep reading, though. Thog, Hishu, shut up, you named. Did I love Harry Potter? Champ, best tactic doesn't make it a meta. Is there a problem? Skirt, you can't say it's a meta. It's up to you who you ally with, and if you don't expect a betrayal, if end of season isn't fair in everyone's eyes, then that's on yourself. I mean, I think the other thing to consider is that if it's really going to be called a meta, then the expectation of a meta is that it should be happening every season, right? The expectation is that it's going to happen the majority of the seasons to the majority of the unions out there. Now, for example, if that happens this season, and let's say like TA and TM betray each other, I mean, that would be pretty intense, right, if that happened. Do I think that that's going to happen? I don't. I don't think that's the high percentage play. I think the high percentage play is they stick it out. I think the same thing when you look at TFS and TNS, right? Going up against a Noir. Do I think TFS and TNS are going to betray each other? I find it highly unlikely. Sure, can anything happen? Of course. But if I'm playing the percentages and I'm a betting man, I view that as a low percentage thing of it happening. Do I think all of the Dawn alliances from, I can't remember if it's 64 or another kingdom, do I think those 4 alliances that came in together, do I think some of those alliances are going to betray each other? Very highly unlikely. Why? Because they're a family of alliances, right? They want to play together, and they're building that out in their kingdom. I think that's a great thing. So I think there's a lot of examples we can point to where you look and you say, is it likely that this is going to happen? It just isn't, right? Again, it's not to say that it can't. I just don't find it to be very likely that those things would happen. Hi, Killer. Are you back for round 2? Is that a muffin in your hand? She's destroying this muffin right now. Sorry, let me continue here. Sorry, guys. Screw Adam. Everyone messages me only. Point is only one YouTuber's part of the game and gets what he wants. That I mean, I don't necessarily believe that to be the case. Like I said, I've only ever had good interactions with Chiz. I consider Chiz to be a friend, and I think as friends, right, you should be able to have discussions and conversations, right, regardless if one person believes something on one side of the fence and another person believes something on the other side of the fence. I think it's okay to have healthy discussions. I also think it's good to look at those discussions and say, okay, well, hey, right, if we are kind of falling on 2 different sides, let's go and do some research. Let's go do a little bit of due diligence and kind of see where things end up. I think that's totally viable as well. And now that I'm thinking about it, I might do this because it's getting to a point. So some of you may not know this about me, but if you hit me with something that I just believe is not entirely accurate, let me just say, right, and that's just my opinion on it, I will go to the end of the earth to go and do like investigative work and go do some deep data diving to figure stuff out. Like I love doing that. Like that's something I thoroughly enjoy doing. I had a situation earlier. Some of you may remember this. Some of the OG COD players in the beginning of COD, when COD only had a couple thousand people on the Discord and the game was just starting out, it was still in beta. There was a few players who were saying that the legendary pull rates for heroes were worse in COD than they were in Rock and other games, right? They were some of them had said, "Oh, this is like the worst rates ever." So you know what I did? I went over to Rock, I went over to Infinity Kingdom, and then I went over to like 1 or 2 other games, and I looked at what their pull rates were, chest pull rates, and I compared it with COD. And you know what? After I pulled all the data and I found all the percentages and I posted it in kind of a single post, what did you find? You saw that COD had the better pull rates so far. Right now, who knows if that'll change? It's just the point is that, right, it didn't sound right to me. Or at least it was something that I thought, okay, well, let me go and see if that's the truth or not. But again, I don't know if everyone always has that time to do those things. So let's continue. Hi. Where was I? Let me see. Sorry. Crazy. Physical Betrayal. Betrayal is the best tactic, but also hurt the game. Yeah, I think so. Chiz says literally meta means most effective tactics. So yes, Betrayal is meta, is the most effective. I mean, to be fair, if it is the most effective, then you can also make the argument that it would be the most used. I mean, now that I think about it, you could also make the argument that it may not always be the most used as well. I don't know. It's just I'll say this. It's weird to me because I've just never heard anyone say that. Right? I've never heard anyone tell. I've never heard that ever. For the entire time I played Rock, for the entire time that I played Infinity Kingdom, the entire time I played COD so far, I've never heard anyone say, "Hey, there's this betrayal meta going on," right? And here, if we're curious, just to satisfy my own curiosity, let's go on the COD Discord, or sorry, the Rock Discord, real quick. Let's type in betrayal meta. Interesting, nothing comes up. Okay, let's type in betrayal. That'll probably get a little more hits. Betrayal. Interesting. Are these like project ads? Yesterday, betray. Kingdoms that will betray you for a star. Kingdoms that'll betray your kingdom for a star. I mean, this is the thing, right? I can read all these. I just want to point something out, right? I can read all these, but unless I go and I do some due diligence to figure out, right, if a betrayal really happened or not, because it's the same thing that I was saying earlier. Anyone can say that a betrayal happened, right? Obviously, with the exception of Chiz and his situation, right, there's obviously video documentation about it. So, you know, it's a little bit more of an, I don't want to say an I guess you could say an outlier, right? Because you're probably not going to have a lot of people that are going to make videos outlining their, you know, the betrayals that happened. So, oh, you okay? What's wrong? Oopsies. Boom, boom. You crazy? Did you want to sit? Well, you got to be careful, killers. So, sorry, daughter's falling. She's so funny. Yeah, I don't know. Let's, you know what? Just curious right now. Oh, let's do this. Meta. Let me make sure I'm quoting this correctly. So let me see. Meta is defined as of a creative work referring to itself or to the conventions of its genre. The enterprise is inherently meta since it doesn't review movies. For example, it reviews the reviewers who review movies. That doesn't feel like that might be the best thing. What does it mean if something is meta? In its most basic use, meta describes a subject in a way that transcends its original limits, considering the subject itself as an object. I need to read a few more definitions here. Hang on. Oh, here we go. So, in the loanwords from Greek with the meanings after, along with beyond, among, or behind. So, beyond. I mean, that's not really... I don't know. Meta prefix. What does it mean to have... Meta mean... Meta means about the thing itself. Yeah, I don't know if these definitions... Oh, hang on. Gaming meta. That's what we got to type in, right? Definition... Let's do this. Gaming meta definition. That's more acceptable. Here we go. In essence of meta in gaming. Here, we'll show you guys this off. Where am I? Dun, 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 dun. Let's do this. All right. So it says, in essence, my daughter, in essence, a meta in gaming terminology is a generally agreed upon strategy by the community. I like how it says generally agreed upon. Said strategy is considered to be the most optimal way to win, has the best performance at a specific task. Some people have defined meta as an acronym meaning most effective tactics available. So I think there's a few pieces to break down here. It says generally agreed upon strategy by the community. First off, I don't think that the entire community would agree that this is a generally agreed upon strategy that is accepted by the community. You could maybe make the argument that people could argue a level of effectiveness. I would not doubt that. But it also says said strategy is considered to be the most optimal way to win, has the best performance. If you were to tell me that, I completely disagree with. If you were to tell me that a betrayal meta has the highest performing win rate across every single kingdom, every single KVK, and every single union, I would call BS on that. And I would love to see some data that proves that. However, if no one has data, I will mine some data to prove it myself. It's hard for me to go all in on disagreeing with that line, right? I think a part of this is accurate. I think a part of this can be true. But like the generally agreed upon strategy by the community, I've never seen anyone that is coming. I don't see anyone from the community coming out in hordes or droves that are like, oh yeah, the best strategy ever. You know what it is? Betrayal. Like I don't see anyone talking about that on the Discord and some of the world chats that I go and look at. I mean, again, those things could also be talked about privately and maybe not publicly. That's a possibility. But if I'm just going off of this definition, I feel like the majority of it is really saying that, hey, this is not a meta. Again, that's my opinion based on this definition. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. But yeah, that's just me. Again, I mean, you know, you guys let me know what you guys think in the comments. I gotta go through reading some more stuff here. Also, how long have I been going for? An hour and a half. Okay. So let me just try and get through. Let me try and get through the remaining. I wonder if people are... Let me scroll all the way to present. I wonder if someone's pinged me. I just have to go and see where this showed up. Yo, this is so good. This is so funny. I was talking about this with the lady. I was saying this is what I need. There's a really cool picture. Oh my gosh, I love this. That is great. Oh my gosh. My man. Luthia, shout out. Yeah, so there's something there's something that I saw in here. It's like a gated in gaming something like this. Switch this up. Yeah, something like this is kind of what I need, but just like for the area here. Right? That'd be dope. That'd be dope. Let's go back to Discord. Okay, sorry. Let me. Hi. Okay, let's catch up. Usually you get a good vibe of Alliance when talking to them before allying. Hey, BN. Steph, what's up, man? Welcome. Thugonomics activity is the new meta. I mean, you could make an argument. That could be. Adam Noah tier 5 and ping online. Fred, what's up? Adam, welcome. Fred, what's up? Welcome. Gun COD, what's up? Welcome. Champ says the meta is just not an effective tactic. There are many effective tactics, like having a good group of players and kicking the ones that aren't a good little group. Yeah. MP, what's up? Welcome. Payne, what's up? Welcome. In essence, a meta in gaming terminology is generally agreed upon strategy by the community. Oh, interesting. Oh, hopefully she doesn't drop that light. Thankfully, it's light enough, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But we got to open it. Saved. Let me see. Many meta tactics. The new meta surface every new season. The solution, I think, is to find a great alliance and mold it to combat new meta. Yeah. Champ says, I understand why you think it's a meta, and I get it. I'd be mad if I got betrayed too, but it's not a common thing. Be a little more careful with who you ally, and you'll be okay, my man. Let me see, Miss Payne Romulus. Woohoo! Wooey? Is that right? Welcome. The problem with two strong alliances can't live together. I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think I think you can have two alliances live together. I just think you have to set. You really kind of have to dot the I's and cross the T's in those situations. You really have to set a lot of appropriate expectations and like draw kind of put your lines in the sand, if you will. Betrayal usually because you have bad leadership. Just because you're T5 didn't mean you're suitable to be in charge. Arson, I mean, again, man, that's actually a really, really good point. I effortlessly agree with that. Not to say that all T5 cannot lead, but from my experience, usually the people that are most well-suited for leadership are typically the ones that have find they're a little bit they're able to a little bit that typically can improve kind of day-to-day satisfaction within the alliance for what I usually see. So yeah, but I agree. Todd, what's up, man? BC Catman, what's up? Welcome. We had a big zone 1 fight, bossnasti stream. There was going to be some stupid thing like blocking TP spots. Turrets. Yeah, it was pretty wild. Darko's community game. As Julius says, the community decides what happens in the server over time. Betrayals solve themselves as no one will trust them when they build that reputation. I mean, I think that's actually a really excellent point there from Dark. I think when you look at any game that starts off, right, there's even some situations like that happening now, and I wish I could remember some of the alliances off the top of my head, but there's some that, right, because those betrayals happened, right, I mean, I think, an example, Noir is probably the most recent one, where it was Noir, it was like, was it LNV or LSK, and there was one other that was there as well, and they had like this 3 alliance union, and obviously, and it was one of the recent things we covered, right, and Nefesto and his group joined, and then they just kind of split. Right, I think that's an example there of, maybe they may not to say that they may not be trusted by everyone, but at least to those people, right? And because it's a little bit more public, will some other alliances or other kingdoms maybe be a little weary or a little bit more cautious about potentially allying with them? Could that even happen at all, even if it's only a few that might be cautious? Yeah, that totally could. Do I think everyone's all of a sudden going to be cautious? Probably not. But I think to the point, I think it's valid. What about spy members in alliance? Could that be considered a betrayal meta? I don't really think that's the case, Todd. I think that's just more of a intelligence gathering tactic, is what I would consider it. Oh, good. I'm almost caught up. We're gonna be waiting for the deep dive data racing. I know, right? I'm gonna have to go like really hard in the paint on it, huh? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, listen, don't threaten your boy with a good time. I'll tell you that. I have no problem grinding that out to figure it out. Sorry, let me see here. Okay, take her out of the bathroom, please, or close the door. Thank you.
No.
Let me see what we got here. No enemy. I think my daughter was taking a dive in the pool of water in the toilet. It's very interesting. Let me see. People share Season 2 Season Plus Rush game. Okay, here we go. I sent it back. We were fighting against BD and PDW. Should be fun. Season 2 Plus seems rushed. Earlier the game, it's on its move. Betrayals. We'll see here. Dark Hill. People are trying to find their homes and where they want to be. Yeah. Steph Ramos, what he Dark Rom does. I mean, every season we literally take all odds against us. Yeah. Sentinel, what's up? Yo, welcome. Thugonomics Chisgo got ratioed by bossnasti. I don't think that's the case. I think it's just two opposing. I just think it's two opposing views, right? That's all it is, and that's okay to have, right? Chiz may not agree with my stance as much as I may not necessarily agree with the betrayal meta. I just think that, and again, I say this with respect, right? Because there's not really another content creator out there that researches as many kingdoms as I do, right? I think that is just a fact. I think that's fair to say. That also is not me saying that I all of a sudden, because I do that, know more than all the other creators out there, Chiz included. But, I have 284, almost 200, I think 85 accounts right now in different kingdoms. And I mean, this is just stuff I love doing, right? I love going out there and educating myself. I love researching. I like talking to a lot of different leaders. These are things that I really enjoy doing. And when it comes to kind of figuring these things out, do I think it would be difficult for me to go out there and message every single lead and ask them, hey, were you betrayed in any of your seasons? And then they tell me yes. I asked them, hey, can you give me some context and tell me, why do you think you were betrayed? What exactly happened? And then who were the involved parties? And then I go out and I reach out to those other people as well. And do I think that I'm going to get some type of high percentage conversion to the majority of people I reach out to in every single one of these 280 kingdoms, or however many leads I can, get a hold of? And do I think that the overwhelming majority, is 51% or more, are going to tell me that, yeah, this betrayal meta does exist? I just don't think that's going to happen. Right? But again, that's my view based on my understanding, my current level of knowledge and experience, and the access that I have. Right? Again, it's not to say that people won't ever be betrayed in a kingdom builder, right? Sure, people will be betrayed in a kingdom builder. It's not to say that it's never going to happen and it will never happen again in the future. I'm sure it will happen. But to say that that's a normal thing that happens on a regular basis or a semi-regular basis, I just don't, I don't believe in that.
Daddy, can I do bath bombs?
Yes.
Yeah. Daddy, mommy.
So people something. All right, let's see. I'm so trying to catch up, but I feel like I'm going on soliloquies every time I read something that I like or that I feel like I can expand on. If anything, when people lose battle, they may change sides. Yeah, we got that. No enemy or ally has betrayed anyone in EIS server, even teams stronger in their allies and smaller teams. You were great. Does power abuse? What's going on with the power abuse thing? Let's see. Pix, what's up? Welcome. Yeah, bigger power difference. Tarksflix, what's up? Welcome. It is the lowest form of strategy. Love from LNV. Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably what one of the turnoffs are, right? Is that just not a lot of people really not a lot of people like to be betrayed, right? And I think the other thing, if you think about betraying, is that if it happens, especially if it happens in a semi or big public way, it makes it very easy for that to become kind of plastered, right? And if that word gets out, then oh, hang on, Evelyn, I'm getting off. Okay, you guys got a few more minutes on my time. I just want to catch up on chat because my lady said something really loud. I don't know if you guys can hear her. One of these days, when my lady comes on the stream, right, I want to get a lot of love in the chat because I don't know if I told you guys this. She wonders. She's like, boss, do people really like just watching you talk about the game and showing things off? And I'm like, I think people enjoy my conversation. I hope they find it delectable. And it's just funny because she's just so shocked. That's just kind of her persona. Got all the goss. Racy, boss, you know we're going to be waiting on that deep dive data on this now. Yeah, it could be. NBC, yeah. Right. That's my style. Okay, I'm finally caught up on chat, man. Look at that. Oh my god, a lot of work, but great video idea. Go ask teams if they are being betrayed. Get the numbers. Penjahati, what's up? Do you even play the game anymore? Uh-oh. Sorry, are you talking about me? I still play. I'm a player in the game. Let's see. Does we need to see a whale boss nasty? Listen, fam, if you want to see whale nasty, I'll show you what you need to do. Right, so if you want to see Whale Nasty, you need to go on the Discord, go to the sub donate channel, and just click a couple of these, or scroll up a little bit and click on the one I posted. Okay, thanks. No, in all seriousness, man, I again, I appreciate everyone, no matter what, man, all the support, and honestly, I'm happy that even if people just want to hang out and listen to me, you know, debate the different sides or have what I find to be a very stimulating conversation, that's cool. I love that kind of stuff, you know? Let me switch it up. Let's go back to the client and chill here. So let me go through. I just want to read some more chat real quick now that I'm finally caught up. Let's see, Beyond, I think it's safe to agree that the Nor LNV GD Betrayal wasn't in war, it was in trust. Yeah, no, exactly. And I mean, you're right. It wasn't in something that was war flick. So, I mean, it is a little different. I was just more so speaking to the generality of it. Racy's like the amount of work that would go into collecting that data. Yeah, it would be a bit. That's without a doubt. Yeah. Beans, whale nasty, data nasty. You guys are ridiculous, man. Good name, data nasty. Nasty. There we go. How about nasty data? Right? That sounds good. That's got a good ring to it. Nasty data. Let me get my nasty data on. So I can tag people. Yes, girl, that's why. Yeah. Smooth Ridge, like the stream, y'all. Well, Betrayal. Yeah. I know, right? Smooth transition. That's my style, man. That's my style. Can't always happy to plug, if you will. All right. Let me see. It's 8:14 right now. We've been going about an hour and 43 minutes. I know we didn't get a chance to talk about the Jason Gee thing that happened today, along with the alliances that are kind of, you know, feeling as though they're ruined, some of the Resurgence stuff. There were some of those things I really wanted to get to. So maybe we might try and do a follow-up stream tomorrow. I'll have to see. Right now I'm kind of trying like every other day on the stream, so we'll try potentially for tomorrow and see if we might be able to get that and then touch on that and then maybe see if we can also catch some more PvP in some of these kingdoms. And then I'll have to figure out if I want to spend an abhorrent amount of time potentially collecting data on this whole potential betrayal thing. Personally, I don't see the need, but we'll see. The data guru inside of me, or the enthusiast, I should say more specifically, is thundering. So we'll see how that goes. I'm just happy my small one hasn't broken something yet. Oh yeah. For those of you guys don't know, right? Jason got banned from the CoD Discord. So, and that was something I wanted to try and touch on today. I just don't think we had enough time with Chiz coming in and us just kind of talking about the betrayal stuff that was going on. Which again, I really loved the conversation. I thought it was great to be able to kind of have that back and forth. Obviously, I'd love if there was a chance to sit down with Chiz and kind of a one-on-one and have a conversation about that happening, or just kind of, you know, his views versus, you know, what I think, and having that conversation there. Yeah, that's something we might cover tomorrow, though, about the whole Jason Gee thing, because it is interesting on what happened. And again, I would imagine most of the messages have probably been deleted by now, but there was a few good posts, I thought, from a few other people when it came to, you know, kind of the whole precedent setting situation of it. I actually did a video recording on it. I might release this tomorrow. We'll see if I get a thumbnail in time. But yeah, I did a video of when everything was going down in real time. So I already have it recorded. It's uploaded. We'll see if I put that out in the morning. With that in mind, though, it is 8:16 for me right now. And we've been going now an hour and 45 minutes. Again, hour to 2 hours is kind of my nice wheelhouse for, what the lady kindly allots me. With that in mind, I just want to obviously give a huge shout out as always for how we end up on our streams. Thank you guys so much for the support. I think we peaked at a little over 60 viewers today, which again, we'll hopefully have more great viewer days, especially I know usually a lot of people like to tune into the wars and there's not a lot of action going on now. But for some of the things that are happening, I appreciate you guys rocking with me. If you enjoy my takes on things, the way that I like to approach things and conversations that we have, being able to go and see if we can just search for some cool wars and PvP that's happening or if anything kind of comes up, I always appreciate it, man. Much love. And, hopefully you guys can keep being awesome like some possums and the lady can keep being surprised by hopefully how soon we might be able to go and transition to potentially a full-time creator. That would be super dope. With that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and finish it off. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, it's a blast. And until next time, I'll catch y'all later. GG's in the chat.